Good day to all of you kids. Today this topic is about the planets and it's the last topic for this week. As you can see, we have 8 planets and each planet is different than the other and has a special characteristics. Before we start seeing these planets, I would like you to watch video 4.1 and 4.2 and check a very nice activity number 4, and read your Unit D book from page 338 to page 341. First of all, this is a picture showing our solar system. As we all know, and we explained this previously, solar means the sun, and system means a group of things that they are found together by which they work together. First of all, this is the sun, and it's a very big ball of fire, and we have 8 planets over here. We have Mercury, we have Venus, we have Earth, Mars. This is a group, and we have a Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune as in another group. As you can see, this group of planets, they are so big, whereas this group has small planets. A planet is an object that can be made up of rock or gas that revolves around the sun. So the sun is fixed in its place, and all of these, they are moving around the sun. So when I say solar system, I directly remember the sun and the planets, but we must not forget the moons, because we all know that each planet has different number of moons. For example, our Earth has 1 moon, whereas Mars, for example, has 2 moons. So again, this is a picture showing the solar system, 8 planets, and we need to know them in order. To remember their names, I would like you to see this sentence. My very excellent mother just served us noodles. My starts with M and Mercury starts with M. So I would like you to look at the first letter of each word. M is for Mercury. This is planet number 1. V is for Venus, planet number 2. E is for Earth, planet number 3. M is for Mars, which is planet number 4, and this is the first group. Here they are. J is for Jupiter, S is for Saturn, U is for Uranus, and N is for Neptune. So this is a very nice way to remember their names in order. So now let's see some questions. And I would like you to look at the orbit of each one. Look at the orbit of Mercury. It is so small, whereas the orbit of Neptune, it's so big. So for Mercury to finish its orbit around the sun, it will take less time than Neptune, that will take many days and many years to finish its orbit around the sun, because it has a very large orbit. So which planet takes the shortest time to orbit the sun? So when I say the word shortest time, it means the smallest orbit. And which one has the smallest orbit? It is planet number 1, which is Mercury. Number 2, which planet takes the longest time to orbit the sun? Longest means the biggest orbit. It is Neptune, which is the last planet in our solar system. Number 3, name the third planet in our solar system. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Number 3, it is Earth. In case you forgot it, you can just read the sentence. Try to memorize it. M-V-E. E is for Earth. So it is the third planet. Now, choose the tool used to see planets and stars. I will show you now 2 pictures. This is a telescope and this is a microscope. Which tool do you think I need to use to see the moons, the stars, and the planets in the space? Do I need a telescope or a microscope? We studied that microscope, we use it to see small things and it makes the object seem bigger. Whereas the telescope make the faraway object seem close to us so we can observe them carefully. So because the planets, the stars and the moons, they are found in space and they are very far away, we need a telescope. This is our solar system again. Now I will focus on the two groups that I mentioned. So this is the first group of 4 planets that they are very close to the sun and we call them the inner planets. And this is the second group that they are far away from the sun and we call them the outer planets. The inner planets, they are made up of rocks, we call them rocky planets, and they are usually small to medium in size, and because they are next to the sun, that's why they are considered to be hot planets. Whereas the outer planets, they are made up of gas, we call them gaseous planets or gas giants, simply because they are so big, they are huge in size, and they are considered to be cold planets. Now let's make true and false. And we can refer back to the picture just to help us more. Our solar system has 2 suns. Let's look at this solar system. How many suns do you see? How many hot glowing ball of fire? It's only 1, and here they are saying 2 suns, so this means that it is false. All planets orbit the sun. This is true because the sun is fixed and all of these planets, the inner planets over here and the outer planets over here, all of them, they are turning around the sun. The sun is a cold star. Just have a look at it. Do you feel that it's cold or hot? Of course it is hot, simply because it's made up of hot glowing gases and it's giving the planets heat. So this one is false. All the planets can make their own light. Let's look at these planets. Do you see any planet shining and making its own light? Of course no, only the sun is the one who is shining and it gives light to the planets. So this one is also false. Jupiter is the first planet. Remember, this is number 1. Do you think that this is Jupiter? Of course not. This is, we call it Mercury. Remember the sentence. So Jupiter is the first planet. No, it is not. So this is false. Actually, Jupiter is considered to be the largest planet and it's over here. Okay. All the planets are of the same size. Look, you have here small planets, the inner planets, and big planets, the huge planets, we call them the outer planets. So of course they are not of the same size. So this one is also false. Another exercise. Let's see. So these are the inner planets simply because they are small planets, and here we have the outer planets because they are the big giants. I want to talk about each one. The small one is called Mercury. Mercury is a very small planet. It's planet number 1 and it looks like our moon. Over here we have Venus. Venus is the hottest planet simply because it's having clouds around it that trap the sun heat and keep them to themselves. We have here the Earth, which is our planet, having air to breathe and water to drink, and the plants and animals are found over here. Mars, which is called the red planet simply because it's having red soil and rocks. Over here we have Jupiter, which is a very big planet, and it's having a spot that turns around it. It's made up of gas, and this spot we call it the Great Red Spot because, as you can see, it's kind of red to brown. Jupiter, then Saturn. This is Saturn having beautiful rings around it, and all of the rings are turning around it. It's a very nice planet. We have Uranus, which is a blue planet, and we call it the sideways planet simply because it turns sideways. And over here we have Neptune. It's the blue planet and it's having here a spot just like the Jupiter, but over here we call it the great dark spot. Alright, so let's see these questions. Circle the inner planets. Where are the inner planets? You can all point at them. They are the very small planets, and here they are. What do we call the other planets? If this group is called the inner, what about the other group? What do we call them? The outer planets. Which planet is named as the red planet because it's having red rocky soil? It is Mars. Which planet is considered to be the hottest planet? It is Venus, simply because it's having the thick clouds. Remember this. It's number 2. It's planet number 2 and it's the hottest one. Which planet is called sideways planet because it turns around itself as a sideway? It is the Uranus. Which planet has beautiful colorful rings? Just look at this picture over here. What do we call this planet? We call it Saturn. Which planet has the great red spot? Let's look. Where's the spot? Over here. It belongs to Jupiter, the largest planet. And which planet has the great dark spot? It is Neptune, which is found here. It's the last planet in our solar system. Hope you enjoyed our lesson, and remember to read the lesson again from your book to remember the main ideas because we just reviewed them over here. Thank you so much. Stay safe.